Hey yo, I'm yapping here. What the? Like, subscribe. Let's get it.
Hello, what's up? Good evening. It's me again, yapping at you while I'm gaming. This is Yap with Me Gaming, and today I just want to chat with y'all before I play a game today. I'm most likely going to be playing probably Yo this time. It's been a minute, and I got to get back to the real game here. The new game is great. They've released, or the old game, I should say. They released a new mode called Genesis Format, which I'm excited to try. Honestly, it's Yu-Gi-Oh on a point system with the cards at points rather. Um, as far as it goes for deck building, you're building your deck with the cards that you picked out on a predetermined point system. But the gag is everything's just about legal. Pot of Greed's legal. Greshford Sherry is legal. All the power cards from the classic days are now legal, and it just really depends on what you build your deck around. Boss monster wise, I think I haven't taken the time to jump into that myself yet, but I'm eager to jump into it. And just because I was feeling that, I do have time for some more Yu-Gi-Oh here on Game Boy, so let's jump into that and play that out. A little bit about this game here that I haven't said already is that I remember going through this game and you can fight Solomon Moto or duel him. You can duel Solomon Moto, Yu-Gi Grandpa. And I thought that was so cool until he absolutely flambéed with Exodia, like one of the first times I played him. So hopefully I get further along in this game and we can see that on stream here. But if not, no worries. You can look it up on YouTube, right? But I'll try to get there for you guys. I know you guys probably want to see it. But what I want to talk about today, bringing it back to reality here, is that I want to talk about the power of positive mental thinking. And I think that bringing up my boy Solomon Moto for the English speakers, right, was a good thing to segue into that and how much that's changed for us. But let's start with how hard it can be to do that, especially in 2025. Right now, it's October 2025. And yeah, it's not been too positive out in the streets. Let's keep it a buck with everybody here. It has been the most positive out in the streets lately, and that can be from any angle. You know, there's fires all over that need to be put out, but you know, it's kind of hard to keep that happy-go-lucky attitude about yourself. Try hard to keep that about yourself. I know I struggle with it, and I want to talk about that today because I know you're probably struggling with it as well. It's just hard, you know. And what I wanted to, I guess, shine light on this channel, talk about in this video, is just how, like I said, how much the power of positive mental thinking can carry us, while recognizing how hard it has been to do so. So I guess the first benefit I've learned from positive mental thinking, which I've been approaching myself as I think everybody should every so often, is that, like, you know, things aren't as bad as they can be. They're bad. They're pretty bad now for sure. But like, it can be, it can get better. It always gets better. But the once you're at the bottom, the only way to go is up. And if you feel like you're at the bottom, you can start to look up because you're going to go up soon. If you feel like you're just starting that descent, and that's okay. It's not always a bad thing to be falling. Maybe you're falling off of something you didn't need to be doing in the first place, like a certain job or a certain career. You know, you can be working in a career and be really good at your career too. But if it doesn't like benefit you, right? If it's draining you, if it's making you tired, cranky, being able to be less present in your day-to-day with your spouse or your partner or your family or, you know, a kid, maybe falling in that sense isn't a negative thing as it may feel like it is at the moment, right? It could be a positive thing. All we need to do is just keep pushing so we can see the benefits of that positivity, which I know is hard to say, it's hard to do, and it's hard to kind of just keep a track of things, but that's what I think is necessary for us to push forward. And I can hear you saying now, well, how do you do that? You know, with everything going on right now, what's the power of positive mental thinking going to do for me as an individual? I mean, with that attitude, I can do anything for you. Ha ha ha. But like, it will do more for you. It helps you relax. Studies have been shown that people who tend to think more positive, they tend to think more optimistic about things, they do tend to relax more. They're more prepared for things that come up that aren't good. They're more prepared to deal with things and process through things a lot better than somebody who is thinking about the negativity of the situation, right? Your body responds to it as well. I know that once I started thinking a bit better about my situation and being a grateful grapefruit when it comes to things like that. That's what I like to call it. I am grateful grapefruit. Shouts out to Bjork. You know, I tend to feel better overall, even if things go wrong, even when things go wrong, and they do go wrong. Thinking more positively about it, or trying to have that positive spin about it helps me feel better. And I wanted to just share that knowledge with you all and see if anything's going on for you that you want to be positive about. Drop it in the comments below. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Please like and subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it means everything to me. And I would love to see you guys here on the channel with me, yapping away in the comments. So go ahead, let me know what's positive thinking for you and what that looks like, or let me know how hard it is. We can talk about that because it is hard to do so. Again, with everything going on in the world right now, there's riots, there's wars, there's uprisings left and right, and then there's like the lack of jobs, the lack of work, lack of meaningful work. It's kind of hard to be positive, but again, being positive is at least going to help your body feel better, and over time that can attract things to you, which is my next point of being mentally positive or thinking positively mentally, is that you tend to attract more of what you give off, right? I know that the times where I've noticed myself being extremely negative, I do tend to attract more negative things. And that's just the reality of the situation. You attract what you put off, law of attraction, so on and so forth. But I noticed that once I start thinking a bit positively about my situation, my position in things, and how that's changing, or how that can change any moment for the better, I tend to see better results. For example, I know that at work, or at one of my jobs here rather, I was doing, stuff that I really didn't care for doing. They had me doing phone call stuff. I worked for a lot of different call centers in my time. So one place was really having me focus really hard on calling, but I wasn't really focused in any avenue. I was calling all different clients. I was working in different groups and different pods, but I was just the floater guy. And at first I was kind of frustrated because I didn't feel valued enough, because I wasn't being focused. My efforts weren't being focused in one specific spot. So I was really salty about it. And I was like, yo, I'm putting all this work and I'm doing all this stuff, but I'm not seeing anything from it. I'm not getting anything out of it. I feel like, a lapdog, for lack of a better word, because they keep putting me from place to place to place to place without giving me any clear direction. Then for me personally, I kind of need some semblance of a schedule. It doesn't have to be strict. I'm pretty lax, but also it helps knowing what's going on ahead of time, But as I start thinking about it more from a positive angle, as opposed to me being upset about it's just not serving me, which nothing really is ever going to serve you too much. You should sort of strive for that, but I'm getting off topic. In that situation, I wasn't getting served, I felt. So it was hard for me to engage with it in a positive way. But once I took a step back and started to think more about how it can be positive, what I can get from it, I started to realize that maybe me being a floater in so many different positions is testament to how good I work with people, how adaptable I am, and how well I can get the job done throughout any circumstances, right? And it sounds a little bootlickery, I'll admit to that, and I do apologize if you're not here for that. But let me know in the comments what you are here for, and we'll get to it expeditiously. But I know how it sounds. I understand that, but I want you to focus on it from the angle of you, as opposed to an angle of you doing the work or you acquiescing to the powers that be. Because in the same breath of me realizing how much value I bought and why they may be bringing me around to all these different sites and all these different clients and stuff like that, when I want to be focused on one thing, that gave me the space to take a step back, reassess the situation, and then kind of pull my own value that I can verifiably see that they see as well. So I can try to tell myself, hey, I know this sucks, but you're kind of the only one for the job, which was true in most cases. I was the only one trained on the client. I was the only one who knew the client. I also had repertoire with most clients I deal with, because people like talking to me in a lot of cases. And that was just something that I could take to translate to my own skill set. Put that on my LinkedIn, put that on my resume, and kind of just update my skills as I'm developing them in real time. Excuse me, as I update my skills as I'm developing them in real time, So it helps me keep track of what's actually working and what's not working. And even if the positive mental thinking leads me to the answer that, hey, this is a negative, you're not doing what you need to do, then still the positivity from that lets me know that, hey, this is something that can be worked out. This isn't the end all be all for me. And even if it's not serving me now, there's more than enough potential that it will serve me better in the future. And I think that's great because it gives me a bit more direction as far as what I can do and how I can handle things, I guess the overall message I wanted to leave with this video is that the power of positive mental thinking is something that can help the brain kind of retool or reassess a negative situation without having the outside forces do that for you. Excuse me. Without having the outside forces trigger that thought process. It's easy to have that thought process when you're in the middle of getting a reward or you're on the precipice of a breakthrough. And that's what you want to capitalize on, of course, but it's harder to have that process, but I think much more worth it to have that thought process while you're going through something much rather not go through. It helps the brain deal with rejection and stay sharp on things that are negative. One thing that I used to hear a lot in sales when I was working sales, because I have worked quite a bit of jobs here, was that you want to get comfortable being uncomfortable, right? You want to continue that trend so you can learn new skills. And if you've been thinking positive about how uncomfortable you are in your position or whatever, then that just means that you're in a position to grow, because you don't grow if you're comfortable. You never really do. Real growth happens when you're uncomfortable, and it happens fast. It happens in a snap decision sometimes, but it also can happen really slowly. You just have to stick it out and stick with it. I'm trying to stick it out on YouTube so I can be here for you guys a bit more and let you all know how I'm doing and what I'm thinking. And I would love to hear from you guys as well, what you're thinking. So drop it in the comments, drop me a like and a sub if it's your first time here. We got a lot of great things coming out for this channel, and I would hope to see you guys, more. And if you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh with me or you're into Yu-Gi-Oh, let me know what your favorite card is. My favorite card, honestly, like my favorite card of all time for Yu-Gi-Oh, if we're talking classic Yu-Gi-Oh, it's probably going to be Cyber Valley from GX. I used to run a Cyber Dragon deck, and I love that style card to death, man. I love that style card so much. Stops an attack, gives you a free draw generally when you stop the attack of somebody else or attack a monster, and it's a level 1. So you can do a couple things with that, link-wise or other, if you're playing the new update TCG. But other than that, it's still a really solid card. And in the Cyber Dragon deck, you can definitely use it for OTK strats. Get a Super Poly going on that John, and then you got a Cyber Dragon right there, or a Cyber End Dragon right there. Cyber Twin Dragon will take care of a lot of the games for you, honestly. So Cyber Valley was pretty much my that was my favorite classic GX era card. My favorite DM era card, I want to say, is probably the hard one. It's always a hard one, but it's probably gonna be, what is my favorite DM era card? My favorite DM era card is probably going to be Luis, my boy Beaver Warrior. No, scratch that. Jerry Beans, man. It's my boy Jerry Beans. It's always Jerry Beans. So I do love that guy. Level 3, 1700, vanilla. Good old playground staple. Love that guy. But I'm rambling enough about Yu-Gi-Oh. Enough if you want to hear more about Yu-Gi-Oh in the comments, and we'll go from there. But this is enough. Just keep it positive and do yourself the favor. Let it loosen your jaw, relax your shoulders. It'll be okay. Much love. Thanks for yakking with me. We'll have another session soon, all right?
Thanks for joining me. And if you like the video so far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Always looking for new video game ideas from you all, and love to hear how your day has been as well. Thanks for chatting with me, yapping with me, and seeing what the channel is all about. If you look to your left, look to your right, you should see another video. If you don't, you'll see some soon. To check out my shorts as well. We got a bunch of nuggets of wisdom in there. Thanks for coming. Man, what do we have today in the packs? Carbonella Warrior, not good till exceeds. Garbage, more garbage. Trash. But we get the weekly mag this week. So let's see what's going on with that one. And this was a pretty good one. So check that out. Let me know in the comments what I should add to my deck, what I should take out. I appreciate the input. Let's beat the game together, right?